Good morning everyone, I am Sharon J.C. Solon from 2SM and today I will be discussing the topic which is the parabola. So what is parabola? The name parabola comes from the Greek word parabol meaning comparison or application. It is a derived form para means alongside and bol meaning throwing. This term was coined by the Greek mathematician Apollonius of Perga. Parabola is one of the most fascinating terms in mathematics and geometry. It is a U-shaped graph that represents the set of all points equidistant from fixed points called focus and a fixed line called directrix. In coordinate geometry, a parabola is a type of conic section formed when a plane intersects a cone parallel to its land side. Here are the key properties and important theorems below that are helpful to understand the features and parts of a parabola. First, the vertex, the point where the plane intersects the exterior surface of the right circular cone, forming one end of the parabola. Second, the focus, a point inside a parabolic section defined by forming a right triangle with the axis of symmetry and the cone horizontal radius. The third one, the directrix, a line used to define a curve or surface, especially a line from which end point on a parabola curve has a distance equal to a distance from the focus. Next is the axis of symmetry, a line that divides the parabola into two equal halves and also passes through the vertex of the parabola. And the last one, which is the latus rectum, the line segment that passes through the focus and is parallel to the directrix. So here's the standard equation of a parabola with a vertex h and k. If the standard equation of a parabola is oriented vertically, then x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. If the standard equation of a parabola is oriented horizontally, then y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. These are the four standard equations of a parabola. The first illustration shows oriented horizontally, facing to the right with a vertex at the origin. The second illustration shows horizontally facing to the left with a vertex at the origin. The third illustration shows vertically facing upward with vertex at the origin. And the fourth illustration shows vertically facing downward with vertex at the origin. The table shows the formulas of parabola. The equation for vertical is x minus h squared is equal to 4p y minus k, and the equation for horizontal is y minus k squared is equal to 4p x minus h, and the focus of vertical h and k plus p, and the focus of horizontal h plus p and k, and the directrix of vertical y equals to k minus p, and directrix for horizontal x is equal to h minus p, and the axis of symmetry of vertical x is equal to h, and the axis of symmetry of horizontal y is equal to k, and the latus rectum of vertical 4a, the latus rectum as well of horizontal is 4a, and the vertex of horizontal and vertical is h and k. For our first example, given that x minus 1 squared is equal to 4y minus 2, determine the parts of the parabola, then sketch it. So our first step is we have to determine the opening of the parabola. The equation form is in x minus 1 squared is equal to 4y minus 2, and the 4p is positive, thus the parabola is oriented vertically and opens upward. For the step 2, we have to find the other part of the parabola. First is the vertex of the parabola. X minus h squared is equal to 4p y minus k. So h and k. So our h there is 1 and our k there is 2. Next is we have to solve for p. We have 4p is equal to 4. We use the multiplication property of equality. 4p divided by 4 is equal to p. 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. Then solve for directrix. Y is equal to k minus b. We have the k as 1 and we have the p as 2. So 2 minus 1, we have 1. And for the focus, h and k plus b. So we have our h as 1, k as 1 as well, plus our p is 2. So we have 1 and 3 for focus. And for the axis of symmetry, we have x is equal to 1. So since our vertex is 1 and 2, so we have here is our vertex. And since our focus is 1 and 3, so our focus is here. And for our directrix, which is 1, so here. Now let's directrix. This will be straight line. Our vertex. This is our vertex, 1 and 2 for our focus, 1 and 3 for our directrix, this 1, and this will be our graph for number 1. Next is we have our example number 2, in where we have to write the equation of the parabola in standard form, then give the vertex, focus, and directrix, then show the graph. Our given is y squared is equal to 12x. So our h there is 0 and our k is 0. So that's our vertex. Y minus k squared is equal to 4p x minus h. That's our standard form for horizontal. So y minus k, which is 0, squared is equal to 12x minus h, which is 0. So we have 4p is equal to 12. So 4p divided by 4 is equal to p. Then 12 divided 4 is equal to 12 over 4. Then simplify, we have 3. Since p is greater than 0, so it opens to the right. So we have our vertex 0 and 0, our focus h plus p and k. So we have 3 and 0. So our directrix x is equal to h minus p. So our h is 0 and our p is 3. So we have negative 3. So our axis of symmetry is y equals to k. So our k is 0. So we have 0. So our vertex is 0 and 0. So here, our vertex 0 and 0. And our focus is 3 and 0. Oops. 3 and 0. And for our directrix, it is negative 3. So now let's do the graph. So this will be the graph of number 2. We have the example number 3, in where we have to write the equation of the parabola in standard form, then give the vertex, focus, and directrix, then show the graph. Now we have our given y squared minus 6y minus 6x minus 3 is equal to 0, and we have to isolate the x term first. Now we have y squared minus 6y is equal to 6x plus 3. And now let's do the completing this there, and we have the y squared minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 6x plus 3 plus 9. Now let's do the perfect square and simplify the right side. We have the y minus 3 squared equals 6x plus 12. And let's factor the 6 on the right. Now we have y minus 3 squared is equal to 6x plus 2. And the standard form became y minus 3 squared is equal to 6x plus 2. Next is we have the step 2. Solve for the other parts of the parabola. Y minus k squared is equal to 4px minus h, where our k there is equal to 3 and our h there is equal to negative 2. And now let's solve for p. 4p is equal to 6, so 4p divided by 4 is equal to p, and 6 divided by 4 is equal to 3 halves. And our vertex now is h and k, so we have negative 2 and 3. And let's do the focus. So the focus is h plus p and k, so our h there is negative 2, and our p there is 3 halves, and our k is 3. So we have negative 1 half and 3. And let's do the directrix. So directrix is x is equal to h minus p, so our h there is negative 2, and our p there is 3 halves. So negative 2 minus 3 halves is equal to negative 7 over 2. This is the graph for number 3. So our vertex there is negative 2 and 3. So negative 2 and 3 here. And our focus is negative 1 half and 3. So negative 1 half and 3 here. And our directrix is negative 7 over 2. So it's about negative 3.5. Let's graph this. Focus. So this will be that, which is negative 2 and 3. Negative 1 half and 3. Matrix is around 3.5, negative 3.5. So this will be our graph for Now let's move to the example number 4. So given x plus 3 squared equals negative 8y minus 1, determine the other parts of the parabola, then sketch it. So our step 1, determine the opening of the form. So the equation is in the form x minus h squared equals 4py minus k. So we have to compare. So x plus 3 squared equals negative 8y minus 1. So our h there is equal to negative 3 and our k there is equal to 1. So also 4p is equal to negative 8. So 4p divided by 4 is equal to p, and negative 8 divided by 4 is equal to negative 2. Because 4p is less than 0 or 4p is less than 0, the parabola is vertical and opening downward. Step 2. Find the other parts. So for vertex, h and k, so our h there is negative 3 and our k is 1. So the value of 4p is equal to negative 8. So 4p divided by 4 is equal to p, and negative 8 divided by 4 is equal to negative 2. And now we have the focus, h and k plus p. So our h is negative 3 and our k is 1 plus our p is negative 2. So we have the negative 3 and negative 1 for focus. For directrix, we have y equals k minus p. So our k is 1 and our p is negative 2. So we have 3. And for our axis of symmetry, x is equal to h. So our h is negative 3. So for the orientation, up and downward, it is vertical. And now let's graph the number 4. X plus 3 squared equals negative 8y minus 1. So our vertex is negative 3 and 1. So negative 3 and 1 here. And our focus is negative 3 and negative 1. So here. And our directrix is 3. So here. Let's graph it now. So this would be your graph for number 4. For our last example, our given is y minus 4 squared is equal to 12x plus 2. Determine the other parts of the parabola. Then sketch it. For our step 1, determine the opening and form. The equation is in the form y minus k squared is equal to 4p x minus h. So we have to compare y minus 4 squared equals 12x plus 2. Our h there is negative 2 and our k is 4. So also 4p is equal to 12. So 4p divided by 4 is equal to p, and 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. Because 4p is greater than 0 or p is greater than 0, the parabola is horizontal and opens to the right. Step 2, find the other parts. So we have the vertex, h and k. So our h there is negative 2 and our k there is 4. So the value of 4p is equal to 12. So 4p divided by 4 is equal to p, and 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. So our p is equal to 3. And our focus, h plus p and k. So our h there is negative 2 plus our p there is 3 and our k is 4. So we have 1 and 4. For directrix, x is equal to h minus p equals our h is negative 2 and our p is 3. So we have negative 5. So equivalently, directrix is the vertical line x is equal to negative 5. So the axis of symmetry, y is equal to k. So our k is 4. So the orientation, open right, upward or it is horizontal. And now let's graph our last item. We have to locate first the vertex, which is -2 and 4. So here, -2 and 4. And for our focus, which is in 1 and 4. So here. And for our directrix, it says -5. So here. Now, let's draw it. And for I is -5. So our graph would be look like this. And for the last part, I have here the posted the exercises for you to answer it on your own and to test if you have learned something. And the answer for these exercises will be posted on the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from me. Once again, I am Solon from 2